Hello, and welcome to Learn English by Listening, the podcast that helps you use English confidently in everyday situations. I'm your host, Avery.
And I'm Melody. It's great to be with you all today. So, Avery, what are we talking about in this episode?
Today, we're diving into a delicious topic, how to order food at a cafe or restaurant.
Oh, that's such a useful one. It can be a little intimidating for learners, especially when the restaurant is busy.
Exactly. So we're going to break it down into simple steps, from asking for a table to paying the bill. Ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first step is arriving at the restaurant. You walk in and you need a table. The simplest way to ask is to say, "A table for two, please," or however many people are in your group.
Right, a table for 3, a table for 4, and so on. You can also say, "Hi, do you have a table for 2?"
That's a great alternative. The host might ask if you have a reservation. If you don't, you can simply say, "No, we don't."
And if you do have a reservation, you can say, "Yes, I have a reservation under the name Melody."
Perfect. So once you're at your table, the next step is the menu. Usually the server will bring it to you, but if they don't, you can politely ask, "Could we have the menu, please?"
Or, "Can I see the menu?" Now you have the menu, but what if you have questions?
This is a really important part. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you want to know about the daily specials, you can ask, "What are today's specials?"
That's a good one. And if you're not sure what to get, it's always great to ask for a recommendation. You can say something like, "What do you recommend?" or "What's popular here?"
Exactly. Servers often know the best dishes. Another crucial area for questions is allergies or dietary restrictions.
Yes, this is so important for safety. You can ask, "Does this dish contain nuts?" or "Is it possible to get this dish without cheese?"
Being clear is key. You can also say, "I'm a vegetarian. What would you suggest?" Most restaurants are very happy to help with this.
Okay, so we've got our menu, we've asked our questions. I think we're ready to order.
This is the main event. When the server comes to your table, they'll likely ask, "Are you ready to order?" or "Can I take your order?"
And if you are ready, you can start your order with a polite phrase. For example, "I'd like the chicken sandwich, please." The "I'd like" is short for "I would like" and is a very polite way to order.
Very common. You can also use, "I'll have the pasta," or "Could I please get the soup?" Using words like "please" and "could I" makes you sound very polite.
And don't forget your drinks. You can order them at the same time or before your food. "I'll have a lemonade, please."
Right. What if the server asks you a question like, "How would you like your steak cooked?"
Good question. You should be ready with an answer like, "Medium rare, please," or "Well done." Or if they ask, "What kind of dressing would you like with your salad?" you could say, "Ranch, please."
Excellent. So how about we do a quick role play to put it all together?
Great idea. I'll be the server and you can be the customer.
Hello, welcome to the English Café. Are you ready to order?
Yes, I think so. What is the soup of the day?
Today's soup is tomato basil.
That sounds lovely. I'd like the soup to start. For my main course, could I have the grilled fish?
Certainly. The grilled fish comes with a choice of vegetables or a side salad.
I'll have the vegetables, please. And could I also get a glass of water?
Of course. So that's 1 tomato basil soup, the grilled fish with vegetables, and a glass of water.
That's perfect. Thank you.
See? Simple and polite. You did great, Avery.
Thanks. That role play really helps to hear the phrases in a conversation.
It really does. But Avery, that was an ideal scenario. In the real world, things don't always go so perfectly. What happens if there's a problem with your order?
That's a fantastic and very practical question, Melody. It can be a bit uncomfortable for language learners and honestly for native speakers too, but it's essential to know how to handle it politely and effectively. To get the server's attention, you can try to make eye contact. Once they come over, you can say, "Check, please," or "Could we have the bill, please?"
Both are very common. When the bill or check arrives, you'll want to make sure everything looks correct. Then you can decide how to pay. If you're using a credit card, you can place it with the bill.
And if you're not sure if they accept cards, you can ask, "Do you take credit cards?" before you even order.
That's a good tip. Now, let's talk about tipping. In some countries, like the United States, it's customary to leave a tip for the server, usually 15 to 20% of the bill. In other countries, a service charge is already included.
Right. It's always a good idea to check the local customs for tipping. If you're paying with cash and you don't need change back, you can hand them the money and say, "Keep the change."
And just like that, you've successfully ordered and paid for a meal in English.
All right, let's do a quick recap of the key phrases we learned today. When you arrive, you say,
A table for two, please.
to ask about the food.
What do you recommend? Or does this dish contain?
When you're ready to order.
I'd like the pasta, please. Or I'll have the salad.
And finally, to pay.
Could we have the bill, please?
Practice these phrases and you'll feel much more comfortable ordering in English. The key is to be polite and clear.
Absolutely. And that's all the time we have for today's episode of English in Action. We hope you found it helpful.
Join us next time when we'll be tackling another common situation, shopping for clothes or groceries. We'll cover everything from asking for sizes to paying at the checkout.
It's gonna be another practical and fun episode. Until then, keep practicing.
Goodbye for now. Learn English by listening.